My first kayaking trip. It's not too often that you get to see a sunset like this, I'll tell you what. Well, I hope I don't like this too much. I might end up getting a kayak. Hey guys, this is Frozen. Welcome to Outdoor Adventures. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon. It's about 65 degrees. We got mostly clear skies, and I am up in Allegheny National Forest. I'm going to be doing my first kayaking trip, and I'll be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm relying on the couple people that actually invited me on this trip. We got Jeremy, we have Todd, and we have Rick. Hopefully I don't screw up too bad. But it looks like it's a gorgeous day on the Allegheny River over here. So we're just waiting on the last couple people to arrive, and we'll get started. This is going to be an awesome trip. Now, as far as base weight is concerned, not to be funny, but I think I'm about at 30 or 40 pounds. And I'm not quite sure if all this is going to fit. I'll tell you what, guys, I am so excited about this. About 15 minutes, we'll probably shove off. Not sure where we're camping tonight. I kind of left it up to these guys, but this is absolutely beautiful. Really looking forward to this. The water's nice too. I thought it was gonna be freezing cold. It's like high 60s right now, but this feels really good.
Paddles this way?
Yes.
That's the way you want it.
Okay.
All right. Give me a second.
Getting a crash course in kayaking from my buddy Rick. Now we're about to shove off, but I do want to introduce everybody as Todd leaves. That's Todd right there in the green kayak. That's Rick right here. He's letting me borrow his blue kayak. He's gonna be taking the, what is that, gray, green, earth toned. And like I said, Jeremy's got this one. I did end up losing the cooler. I fit everything in dry bag with the ice, so the beer is saved, so that's good. Jeremy's over back here. We'll meet him in just a second, but we're about ready to shove off. So let's get this party started. Might take me a little bit to learn how to film this, but it's gonna be an awesome time. I'm really excited, I can't wait. Hello, Jeremy. How are you?
I'm ready for the adventure.
You ready to shove off?
Let's do it.
All right. Here we go. By all means, make fun of my technique. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is my first kayak trip along the Allegheny River. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, by the way, we're doing 3 miles, possibly the same camp both nights. We'll see how it goes. We'll definitely explore during the day. I do have my backpacking fishing rod, so that'll be interesting. And I think Jeremy is starting to push off, so I'm gonna shut my mouth and catch up with these guys. Well, I hope I don't like this too much. I might end up getting a kayak. Just what I need. Now, these guys have all been here before. Right, Todd? You've been here too? Oh, okay, you've hiked this area. Okay, cool. But apparently they have a pretty nice camping spot picked out for us already for tonight, so that'll be awesome. We started over there. We're going over here to the Allegheny River, paddling upstream for whenever, not really sure how long, and then we're going to be at a campsite. Probably do some night kayaking, which will be awesome. Hopefully I can get a time lapse over there of the stars, because it is a beautiful clear day, and low of 56 tonight. I think high of like 80 tomorrow. But I'm already having fun. I'm still trying to learn the paddle technique, but I think I'm getting it. Really opening up for us now. We're heading right over that way. Probably been paddling what, a couple hours, an hour?
Probably about an hour now.
Cool. Well, we have made it to the Allegheny River, and we're presented with this gorgeous view. Yeah, that's incredible. Now the North Country Trail is actually right over there, kind of near the shore and a little bit farther back, but it's kind of cool to know that.
There was a cemetery here, and it had a Native American prophet named Handsome Lake. And there's a campground over there named Handsome Lake.
Huh.
So there was a big controversy, and then they ended up moving his body and all the other bodies somewhere further down that way. But yeah, this used to be like an old cemetery, and the town was down here.
Underneath of us.
Underneath.
Wow, that's an interesting story. Now, we've been paddling for probably about 2 hours now, maybe a little bit more. And we think our campsite is right around that bend over there. We're not quite sure. But it'll make for an interesting time at camp. And we have a whole bunch of stuff to do to keep us occupied. I think some of the ice in that dry bag is melting. And there might be a little hole in that dry bag because I'm starting to take on some water. It's not a lot, but it could just be from my shoes getting in and out. But this is so cool, a different perspective than hiking. Still outdoors seeing those views. We're not stuck in the woods, we're out in the middle of it. This is really cool. Now, I'm assuming my arms are going to be mad at me tomorrow morning, similar to how my legs are mad at me in the morning when I go hiking. This is definitely muscles I usually don't use, especially my back. I think I will get used to it over the next couple of days. So right over there by that houseboat, that's the spot that they were trying to camp at. So we're obviously not gonna stay there. We don't wanna be staring at that boat all night. But along here, there should be plenty of opportunities for some kind of camp. So we're gonna just hug the shore and see where it takes us. I just scouted over there. The other guys are over at the opposite shore. We're kind of in this little nook. I'm not sure if they found a fire pit over there, but we definitely have a nice, huge ring right here. We got the makings of some chairs. We got great fishing in front of us. And like I said, I don't know what they found over there. They're gonna come over here and check it out. Got 2 fire rings over here. This looks like a pretty freaking nice place to hang too. Somebody was practicing some bushcraft over here. That's pretty neat. Another fire ring here. We have a beautiful view for tonight. Open skies, open waters, plenty of fire rings. We could, do whatever. But I'm thinking this might be camp unless they found something better over there. Yeah, go check it out. There's a little trail that leads out to the fire rings. There's a couple of them.
Look at this. This is a great view too. Yeah.
You good with this?
Yeah. You're sleeping in the hay bed.
That's our firewood.
Alright, I'm for the most part set up here. Now there's a ton of wind actually coming up onto this ridge, so I did stake down my tarp extra well. I mean, it's really tight. Kind of sucks that I don't have my Cuban fiber tarp right now. And just to give you guys an update, Hammock Gear got my tarp. So they looked at my D-ring angle. The D-rings is this little thing right here that attaches to your guy line that goes down to your tent stake. And they didn't find anything wrong with it. However, they did say that the angle of the cat cut, and for those of you that are wondering what I'm talking about right now, this is a cat cut. See how it goes kind of like up, makes almost like a little oval, and then comes back down. That's a cat cut. That was actually cut wrong on my tarp. So what they offered to do was make me a brand new tarp. First they were gonna put some pullouts right here, and I was like, well, I'd rather have, a tarp that's actually cut correctly. So they said they were gonna give me a full discount. Whether that full discount is the whole purchase price of the tarp, that remains to be seen. I'm trying to get out of the wind so you guys can actually hear me, because there is a ton of wind right now. But I'm not sure what full discount means. I should have asked, but I think they're just making me a new tarp. And if that's the case, awesome for them. Looked like it was gonna storm for a second there, but the sun is out. But, clouds might be rolling in over there. So I put my beer in the fridge down here. It's not too much colder than the bag of melted ice at this point, but I pack all this stuff out. Bottle cap, put it back on there, and it will go right back in the bag to pack out. Brought a whole bunch of this stuff this trip. Bought a whole bunch of stuff for s'mores, brought some Cokes. I got steak and potatoes tonight. Cook that over the fire, and it should be a fantastic trip. See, I have a ton of marshmallows ready to go, so hopefully these guys will eat it because I really don't want to pack that back out. But yeah, let's grab another beer from the fridge over here. Alright, so me being the adventure seeker that I usually am, I don't know what to do with myself here. We got here at probably 1:30, 2 o'clock. It's now 3:45. A couple hours from dinner time. I really don't know how to relax on a camping trip, so hopefully I kind of learned that skill this trip. But I'm going to take the kayak. I'm going to go to the other shore just to check it out, just to see what's around there. Jeremy's way down here doing some fishing, and the other two guys are back at camp just chilling and BSing. So I'm gonna take the kayak now that I have all the stuff out of it and see if it handles any better. Eventually I think I'd like to actually buy a kayak, so kind of take it out on my own pace, and see where it takes me. All right, let's do this. Going right over to the other shore. Between last night and this morning, I was like, well, I can bring this. It's not a backpacking trip. It weighs a lot, but, the kayak's going to be carrying it. But, yeah, I just kept throwing crap in my bag, and then I ended up putting it all in one of Jeremy's dry bags anyway, so it was, yeah, I definitely have no idea what I'm doing at all. But we are going to check out the other side of the river. Tell you what, this is definitely different compared to backpacking, but I'm liking it almost as much. This is really, really, really cool. Granted, I'm sure I'm exerting myself way more than I need to do this paddle right now, but I think I'm getting the hang of it a little bit here. This is the other side of the river from camp. Camp is way over that way. But there's a sailboat out here, just floating down the stream now. They retracted the sail. Man, what a beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous day. I love it. Wow. Perfect temperature today. Absolutely perfect temperature. Nice and quiet too. Good. Wow, I think I smell fire. Look at that. Todd is on it.
Never had so many issues.
The hammock?
Hanging a damn hammock before, yeah.
What's the issues?
Just a couple weeks ago, you were talking about how great it was.
Yeah, until I had to take out the bungees on both sides for the shelf, for the net. I want to hang the damn hammock.
I love your shirt.
Thanks.
I didn't notice that. Huh?
Yeah.
Hey, you'll be saying F the war bonnet now, but when you wake up tomorrow, you'll be like, man, I love this thing.
I hope so.
And you will. Is this your first night in it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Since you can nap in your
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah, it's got the XLC, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Cool stuff. Anyway, this is the bushcraft shelter we're kind of ganking wood from. So this is actually pretty surprising. So you got 3 live trees right here, right? Connector pole right in the middle to kind of weave things in and out. These 2 side poles right here. I'm not sure where he got in. I guess right here, but like I said, we've been stealing the wood. The bedding is right here. So, real soft. You know, you just put your bag down there or whatever you're sleeping in and have your fire reflecting the heat back. So, pretty cool stuff.
Or I would have taken the brunt of that.
And we got a roaring fire already. It's like, what, 4 o'clock?
Right.
I don't know. Time has no meaning in the woods.
Need some good coals for dinner.
Yeah. I'm going to be cooking up a baked potato. I'll probably cut it up. Put some steak in there, aluminum foil, sit it on the coals for about 40 minutes, and it's going to be delicious. Todd has burgers.
Yep.
How about Rick? What are you cooking?
I have no idea what I'm making yet.
He has no idea what he's making. He has options. That's what I like to hear. How about Jeremy over there?
Got some Italian sausage and macaroni and cheese.
Oh my goodness, that sounds so good. Oh,
What you got?
I got steak and potatoes. Real steak and potatoes, not this dehydrated crap.
That's what he was gonna do.
I
Yeah.
was
Chickened
I
out.
couldn't find a bone-in ribeye. Like I wanted the bone in,
Huh.
and I couldn't find it anywhere.
It always amazes me, like when you have all your shit there, like how does all this shit fit? You know?
Yeah, I felt like that when I tried to get in the kayak today. Alright.
So good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, the burgers were good.
This is delicious. That's some really tender steak though, I'll tell you what. My God, really good.
So when we went to the Smokies, I had this big elaborate plan. Like, so he was going to ride in the car with me. So I put a spider in the visor of the passenger side seat. So I was like, well, when it gets sunny when we're driving down, he'll flip the visor down and we'll have a good old time. And then we get in the car at 4 a.m. The first thing he does is flip that visor down.
Well, I should preface this to say that Rick is apparently very afraid of spiders. So Todd just put one in his pack and Rick just found it. So that's pretty good. That's pretty funny. I see you got your Fred bottle over there, Jeremy. Pretty good.
Traveling with me today.
Good stuff. Awesome.
Fireball Fred.
Does the body good.
Vodka Fred.
Awesome. Like to see that.
Alright, here's one zebra cake.
I'm good, thank you. Alright guys, going on a little after dinner hike. Just want to go up to the top of this ridge, see what's up here. I think we're going to end up hitting the North Country Trail if we go too much farther, but it's kind of cool to check it out. I really don't know how to relax on these trips. Don't know why. I just like, when I'm out here, I just want to see everything, you know what I mean? I don't know. Same way with hiking, I just like to hike. Well, I guess this is the NCT. So we did hit it. Right over that little ridge. For reference, we're way down there. Cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Huh, there's a couple of people hiking today too. Head back to camp, see what the guys are doing. Not really that far, probably like a 5-minute walk from the shoreline up here and you run into the NCT. So the reason why I'm saying that is because there's great camp potential for you along the NCT around this area. So maybe that'll help somebody, who knows. Oh, just out here watching the sunset after a wonderful day of kayaking. It's pretty amazing, to be honest with you. It's a real different feel, like I've been saying, but it's really cool to see this right now.
It's so funny because whatever you get, like...
What's everyone think of the trip so far?
Good.
Good.
Great trip.
Well, you guys are worse than Meerkat. Holy cow. Good.
I like it. I like
Good.
it a lot.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, exactly.
What trip was that from?
All of them. Literally all of them. That's his, like, signature quote. Anyway, it's about 9 o'clock. Kind of settling down now. Sun is set. We're going to be looking for a place to hang our 1,000 pounds of food somewhere up in a tree over here. Maybe down a little bit more. But fire's going good. And we're having a blast. It is approximately 10:30. We just noticed that there's a full moon right now. But I did want to tell you guys that this headlamp, brand new. For those of you that follow the channel, you know I was using the Black Diamond Revolt. I am pretty much, we'll call it just over, to be nice. I'm over that headlamp. I got this to fulfill my recharging needs. So the Black Diamond Revolt was a great headlamp. It did its job as a headlamp specifically, but it was sold as a headlamp that can be recharged. Now the batteries in the Revolt are terrible, and you have to get the Black Diamond batteries, or else you have to modify normal rechargeable batteries. And we'll get into this more in a review. But long story short, those Black Diamond batteries sucked. They really didn't hold a charge, so I have found the Petzl Actic, which is recommended to me by a couple people. So trying it out so far, I love it. It's 350 lumens, and the battery you can take out of the headlamp and recharge the battery itself. But anyway, that's what I'll be using for a while, and so far it's pretty good. But check this out. Look at that full moon, guys. That's pretty cool. And the stars are just coming out right now. That's awesome. I did not know it was going to be a full moon tonight. You can hear the frogs, I think. I think those are frogs. But yeah, you can kind of see what I'm seeing for a little bit. Over there, where those two lights are, that is the boat launch point. One other great thing about this Lawson Equipment Ultra Glide Bearline is it is very, very reflective. It's not coming across correctly on video, but you can easily see it from several hundred feet away. Very cool. So I'm gonna get this bag hung, and then probably call it a night for the night. It's about 10:45, 11 o'clock. Just got in the hammock, and sounds like it's starting to light drizzle out. But it's getting pretty late. Stayed up and talked around the fire for a couple hours. Hung all of our bags, which was a chore in itself. Maybe I'll show you guys what all we hung. I mean, we were hanging coolers and stuff. So not hard shell coolers, but soft shell coolers. Anyway, everybody, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. It's a shame I can't wake up to this every morning. Wow. I'm gonna see who's up, because I think it's pretty late, to be honest with you. Late compared to when I usually get up. Beautiful. It's a little after 7 o'clock. We're getting the fire going. It rained actually pretty hard last night, right? Would you say? Also, right when we went to bed, we heard this. It had to have been a tree falling over or something, because it was loud. Scared the crap out of me. But yeah, like I said, we're getting the fire going, and apparently I'm the only person that had a good night's sleep last night. Everybody else was just, you know, on and off the whole night. So I can't complain. I'm pretty happy. But yeah, that sucks. No sleep in hammocks suck. Alright, so berry jump start smoothie. Somehow that's gonna be a smoothie. I don't know. Let it sit for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Getting my coffee on. The men are getting their bacon going. Rick's awake. That's always good. Morning, Rick.
Morning. Let's see that morning smile.
That's some thick bacon there.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, berry no to the berry jumpstart smoothie. It just it wasn't thick. It wasn't thick enough. It just tasted like flavored water. So, not worth the price on that one. Sorry, Packet Gourmet. That's the first one I haven't liked from you. What is good is going to be this coffee that I'm about to enjoy next to this view this morning. And this feels very similar to day 2 of my Great Smoky Mountains trip, where I had coffee next to Fontana Lake. It's a pretty similar view, to be honest with you. I don't show it in the video, but this was definitely reminds me, it definitely makes me want to go back down there. I can see these giant carp or whatever they are jumping out of the water, or looking up out of the water, trying to get food this morning. Alright, so Rick is making pancakes, surprise. Actually, he's just making regular pancakes, but it's a surprise because I'm still eating backpacker meals, and these guys are cooking like legit food. We got sausages, we got bacon, we got... What'd you say that bread was called? Banff bread?
Bannock bread.
Bannock bread.
Yep.
It's really good. And we got pancakes. So, and earthworms if anyone wants to eat that. Fish don't want them.
That's just earthworms. Canadian.
Canadian. Nice. Oh, look at that.
They're
Oh, pretty good.
Bacon on there, Todd?
Yeah.
Double
them up.
Now double them. Now they look like yours, except they're all fat.
The plan for today is that we're going to pack up momentarily. We're still relaxing and chilling at camp. But what we're going to do, this way is downstream. That's the way we came in at. So all the way down there and around that bend, a little bit past that, that's the, what's it called, Sugar Bay. That's where we launched. So we're going to go back around that bay, around Sugar Bay, find a campsite, and then do maybe an up and down exploration along the other coast. Looking for a campsite. We'll set up first, then go exploring. And yeah, we'll see what happens. This is going to be a relaxing day again on the Allegheny River. The SS Luigi getting ready to shove off. Alright, let's get going. Got another beautiful day. Partly cloudy, mostly blue skies. And our plan for today is to get to the other side of the shore, over here. Follow the shore down to where we went through Sugar Bay, and stay somewhere near that inlet. So over there, right where Jeremy is right now, that's where we saw those lights last night across the river. Still 2 little lampposts. It's a launching point for boats. Though in hindsight, I should not have brought my backpack. I should have just brought several dry bags and put everything in there. Luckily, Jeremy had a couple dry bags with him. He let me borrow them for the trip. So, but the pack is just, it's taking up too much space in this kayak. Gonna stop for a little break over here. We wanted to explore this little cove, or whatever you want to call this. Oh, this is neat. So we had a gigantic catastrophe. Well, I did. They're laughing at me right now, but no, not really. Anyway, we pulled over on the side of the shore, and I was taking a bathroom break. Got up, forgot my camera was in my shirt, not in my pocket. Stood up, fell right in the water, didn't notice it until after I got done going to the bathroom. So it was definitely submerged for quite a while. It's on my head to kind of give it some wind and get it in the sun as much as possible until we can get to camp, where I'll probably put it in a bag of desiccant. I'll open up all the desiccant that I have and just throw it in there. Hopefully it'll act like rice, and the sun will kind of boil, steam really all the water out of there, and the desiccant should soak it up. But took the SD card out and the battery out. I'm not going to turn it on until I get home, so we are stuck with GoPro for the rest of the trip. So I do apologize about the not poor audio quality, but not as good audio quality. So looking for camp, gonna dry this thing out, and hopefully it's all right. We'll see. And if it is all right, Sony's definitely a great camera in my book, because it was completely submerged. I think we found a campsite across the way here. We'll probably be there in about 30 or so minutes. All right, it's about 1 o'clock right now. We're just, this is actually the inlet, the Sugar Bay inlet that we came in on. If you look very closely right over there, is the road we actually launched from. So, we're just looking for a campsite. Everything's kind of, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Everything's kind of just, you know, a little bit overgrown on this side. But I think once we get a little bit further down, it'll start to open up. You can kind of see it from a distance in the trees. More spaces in between each tree. But this is like Amazon rainforest over here. You got tons of trees in a small amount of area. Found a spot in this nice little cove. Now there is a boat here, but I don't think they'll be spending the night tonight. They got kids, kayaks, and another boat strapped onto their boat. But we'll see. All right, guys, it's about 2 o'clock. Letting some stuff dry on the shore back there. Thought we had found camp. There's a whole bunch of boaters there, and we started with 2 boaters. And then 3 other boaters showed up, so we said, screw this. Started sending out a scout. Rick scouted for us, and he blew his little air horn, and we're on the way to him now.
I just need to get out of the sun.
Well, I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm beat, man.
My arms are like, all right, dude, you're done. You're done for the day. Yeah. It's kind of like my first couple trips hiking. My legs were like, nah, dude, stop. You're done. You're done moving for the day. Woo!
Yeah.
Whoa, boy.
Good morning.
That's the only time you're gonna do it too, isn't it?
5 hours of paddling.
All right, so I'm pretty sure this camera is waterproof, but we're definitely gonna find out right now. Because the other one sure as heck wasn't. Oh yeah. I should probably go get camp set up. All right, we'll see you on shore. So it's always interesting to see other people's setups. So you guys have seen mine, so I'm not going to focus on that too much tonight. But this is Rick's setup. So he's using the continuous ridge line, just like I am, same exact setup. But with his tarp, he's actually using these Dutchware tarp fleas. And it's basically the same thing as a hookworm. So you have the hook, the fleas stay on, I guess it doesn't matter, it could stay on either end. So you could have your line running to the back of this, or you could have like what Rick does with the shock cord running to the back of this. And then the only difference between his and mine is that you just kind of wrap it in its wing to hold it. You see how he has it right here. So instead of making that loop with the hookworm, he wraps it in the wing. On Todd's setup, he's doing pretty much the same thing I'm doing, except where I have the hookworms, he has the tarp worms. And the tarp worms, basically, they don't have the hook to hook onto the shock cord. They are permanently attached to the shock cord, and you hook guy line, you wrap guy line around it just like I do. So basically, if he wants to quick release this, he just takes it off his tent peg. If I want to quick release it, I just unhook it from the shock cord. So different setups, and again, he has the continuous ridge line with the Prussics that you can move back and forth. And he's using the Dyneema Poly Pro with the Dream Hammock cinch buckles. and the Dutchware clips. Now finally, we got Jeremy over here who is not using the continuous ridgeline, and he brings up a good point because I found this last night. The continuous ridgeline prussics, sometimes they slip. So what he has done here is he basically locks this down with a Dutchware stinger. It's basically like Rick's setup, where he can take it and wrap it and lock it around its little wing. So here's the wing right up here. And he has that on both ends, and it goes around the tree. That way, it doesn't slip on them. Sometimes the prussics on the continuous ridgeline slip, and you need to add another loop in that prussic to get it to stay. And he is using the Warbonnet XLC, and I'm not sure of his tarp. I'll annotate the video, but it is a very, very spacious tarp. I mean, look at this thing. This thing's a beast. Wow. Everybody's setup is going to be different. It's just what they like. No setup is correct. It's just whatever works for them. And that's what I really enjoy about people's gear, is getting ideas and tweaking my own setup because of their ideas. Anyway, let me show you around the campsite. We got my hammock here, Rick's hammock's down there, Todd and Jeremy, and we're in this nice little pine tree grove right here. It's pretty nice. We have a great view of the Allegheny River. Well, this is, I believe, Sugar Bay. We're about 30 minutes down that way to the car. And you can see like the boats going by. It's a really nice spot. What do you guys think about this spot? I think Rick did a good job, huh?
Best one yet.
Best spot?
Best spot yet.
Wow, I sucked yesterday, huh?
It was a good spot. It was a windy spot yesterday.
It was a windy spot, yes.
It'll be easier time setting up today.
Yeah. And hopefully tonight, guys, we can see the stars because we are getting some clearer skies in. The clouds are kind of rolling away. But we'll see. I really want to play with the GoPro settings to try to get you to see what I'm seeing. Woo, buddy?
Woo, buddy.
And for anyone that's not sure what the hell's going on here, howdy, Shug. We love you.
All secure in Sector 7.
Are we all secure in Sector 7? That's fantastic. You the man, Rick.
Well, hopefully it'll taste good.
I mean, I'm sure it will. It smells good.
When the bears come tonight, you can blame me.
That's fine. It's our last day. The bears can come tonight. That's fine. Wow, I just want to thank that man right there for cooking me dinner. Holy heck, that looks freaking delicious. Thank you, Rick. You're the man, dude. Wow.
The Last Supper didn't disappoint.
The Last Supper. Wow.
Oh, I have salt and pepper. Oh, I have the red pepper too.
All right, so Jeremy made a commemorative fungus for our trip. So you guys can read. 2017 kayak trip, Rick, Jeremy, Jason, and Todd. What did you do?
I'm cooking a marshmallow.
Are you okay?
I'm alright.
Where did that... Is that a rock exploded?
I think so.
Wow.
I'm like, went over here somewhere. Dude.
Wow. So not only did I burn my shirt trying to help Rick cook, but Jeremy's getting blasted with napalm. Rock napalm. I'm thinking we're probably gonna see some stars. I only see a couple more clouds in the sky, and once these roll past us, it should be clear skies tonight. It's gonna be awesome. What do we say, about a half a mile to hike out, or kayak out, paddle out?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So it's gonna be a great time. And we'll get out early and hopefully watch the Penguins win the Stanley Cup. Because I know Rick wants the Penguins to win the Stanley Cup, correct?
Anyone but Crosby.
Anyone but Crosby, he says. That's fine, Rick. It's okay. If you want to root for James Neal, by all means, go ahead. Did you get any bites at all yet?
Not a one.
Not a one. I don't think there's any fish in here, to be honest with you. Tell you what, guys, this has been one amazing trip. I'm definitely glad I attended this. Thanks for inviting me, guys.
Of course.
Rick, thanks for letting me borrow the kayak. It's awesome of you. I will definitely do this again. I think the worst part of the trip was whenever I lost my camera in the water. But we can replace that. You just can't replace memories. So just remember that.
Put my boots on in the morning and started hiking, probably like 10 minutes, and I'm like, something doesn't feel right.
Wait, you were hiking?
Put my boots off, and I pulled it out, and I was like, what is this? And a toad came out and started hopping.
It was
away.
alive?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say like it was guts in your sock or something by that point.
So you hiked with a live toad in your sock
like
or
really
your
like
boots?
big.
In your sock?
Not in my sock, in my
In your boots.
So now I always put socks in my boots.
That's a good idea. Wow, that is incredible. I'm surprised that thing didn't get crushed.
Right?
You buy your boots too
died.
big?
I thought you were going to pull out
How
like,
big
the
were your
skin
boots?
Bones and...
No.
Out on a little sunset paddle right now. Going to Bikini Bottom. This is great. Water's nice and calm right now. Just like no waves, no wind. Sun setting over there. This is great. This is awesome. Wow, Bikini Bottom's looking mighty crowded, let me tell you. That's crazy. Way too many people here. I'm just gonna do a round the boat and come back. It's not too often that you get to see a sunset like this. I'll tell you what, that's pretty freaking beautiful. I'm very happy that I get to experience this right now. Words can't really describe what I'm looking at right now. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me on this amazing trip to Allegheny National Forest. We have a very, very short day tomorrow. We're going to be camping here tonight, probably heading out maybe 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow. We got about a 20 to 30 minute paddle to the car, and then I have a 3-hour drive home. Well worth the trip out here. I can't get over that sunset. That's one of the most beautiful sunsets I've ever seen. The biggest, I think, tip that I learned is, I don't know if you can see it, but you don't want to take your paddle and, push yourself along like this. First of all, you're going to end up rocking your boat. Second of all, you're just going to create more work for you. What you want to do is you want to kind of just push the water and glide it. I don't know how to describe it unless you actually do it for a couple of miles, but you don't want to exert a whole bunch of effort whenever you're paddling. You don't want to go on the inside of your boat. You want to just kind of push the water past you in a nice, even flow motion. Anyway, I got about 15 minutes till dark. I'm almost at the other shore, and I'm about 10 minutes away from camp, so that'll even out. Should make it right as the sun goes down. So, it's gonna be a great night. It's okay.
Now that I'm all dry.
Alright, we're just pulling ashore here. Probably gonna get our fire set for the night, grab our lamps, and then maybe at some point do a little night paddle. Well guys, that was a pretty good night. Our neighbors staying pretty much across the river, across the inlet, paddled over here. We all took a trip over to Bikini Bottom. Things were settling down for the night over there. And then we came back, made a little fire, me and Rick, and I'm ready to go to bed. I'm actually falling asleep while I'm doing this, so guys, I'll see you tomorrow for our last day. It's going to be a short paddle out of here, but I'm sure it's going to be just as beautiful. Anyway, good night everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. You know what? I'm definitely going to miss the scenery in the morning. This is still beautiful. I forgot to point this out yesterday, but a little bit up from our campsite, which is down that way, there's this campsite, and I was looking around and I thought that there was a whole bunch of wood here, but they're apparently doing something to this area. So if you lift up this tarp, I'm given a note, some water, and there's some screws and a bunch of stuff, but basically this says, please don't burn this wood. So they're building something here, which is kind of neat. So we encourage you to use this and enjoy this spot. Please respect the site. We're creating this all with just hand tools. So the Boulder Boy Initiative. So pretty cool stuff. Me and Rick were up pretty late last night. We decided to go on a little night paddle. I guess that's what it's called. And met up with a couple people that are across the way from our campsite. They came with a canoe, and then we headed down to Bikini Bottom. That's what I call it. There's a whole bunch of girls in bikinis, like 3. Down there, whenever we were gonna actually stay down there, there was actually 7 boats tethered together. So I'm kind of glad we didn't stay down at that spot we were looking at yesterday, and Rick actually came and found this. This spot's awesome. I think we're gonna pretty much have breakfast, pack up, and head out. We're not gonna hang around too much, which is kind of sad, but I had fun. I had a great time this trip. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it again. The men are all awake. Good morning, men.
Good morning.
How did everybody sleep? Better than last night?
Yes, good.
Good. Good stuff. Yep. Just watching the sunrise up here. Looking at this beautiful scenery over some coffee. Temperature's been between 55 and 65 at night. Not really sure exactly what it is, but this Costco quilt, which cost 20 bucks, was awesome. Didn't get too hot, didn't get too cold, and the material doesn't stick to your skin. So for 20 bucks, it's one of the greatest camping investments I ever made so far. We're just packing up, loading the kayaks, getting ready to do about 20-30 minutes back out. Right down there. It's a little bit after 8 o'clock. Had a great night, great trip. I had a lot of fun. And Todd still hasn't caught a fish. I didn't get a bite.
0 for 2 at this lake.
You got a bite though, right? You think?
I think.
Maybe. We'll call it a bite.
It's suspicious at this point since we haven't got any
Yeah,
trip.
we gave up. 3 of us were actually fishing for quite a while, but just had bad luck this trip. It's alright though. Here we go. Thought I would be more sore than I am, especially after the first day. I'm like, oh man. If this trip looks like something you want to do, look in the description. I usually post the parking lot info and some of the campsite info. So if you're ever wondering about that, just check the description of all my videos. Usually the itinerary is posted. Well, everybody, that was an amazing, awesome, and very, very fun trip. Glad these guys invited me along. I want to thank Rick again for letting me borrow this kayak for the weekend. But yeah, guys, that was a pretty awesome trip. A little different than my normal backpacking stuff, so hopefully it didn't really feel like a family vacation or a family outing, but it got you another sense of adventure. Anyway, we're almost to the launch point. A few more feet in front of us. And I just want to say thanks for joining me. Really appreciate you guys. And find time to go on your own adventure. I'll see you on the river.